Oh, good morning everyone. Today I'm going to be doing my Wattpad Wednesday announcement, and what I'll be doing is picking out some books from my Wattpad Wednesday reading list, which you can look at on my Wattpad page. I'll probably show you a brief look at it in my video here, but let's get started. Now I'm going to show you my page here, and I have my list of books including my Wattpad Wednesday, and as you can see there are quite a lot of books on here already. And normally I do not do romance, but some of the authors and people I follow do primarily do for their Wattpad stories, some romance or werewolf stories, so I did include those, and there is some sci-fi on here, and I do have a couple friends who are also on here. Now, when I was making my selection, I decided to print screenshots of my list off, and chances are once I read through everything on here, I'll end up removing them and probably put them on a Wattpad recommendation list. Now, as you can see, I have my screenshots and my scissors, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them into strips and then put them into my little cup here. And it's kind of going to be almost like picking a name or something out of a hat, except I'm using my fun little coffee cup here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of switch them around and choose them, and we'll see what happens. Now I have my little cup of Wattpad here, so I'm going to be choosing my title, so I'm just going to stick my hand in and pick out a title. I'm going to do something here. I'm going to actually pick out 3 titles for my next 3 Wattpad Wednesday episodes, and we'll see how that goes. So, because I still have others on my Wattpad list that I want to read, but this will make it easier. So I have 1, 2, and 3. Now, alright, now I have my choices, and I'm going to pick them out. Truth be told, I actually tried doing this once before, and for whatever reason I messed up, so I have my 3 choices in here that I'm actually going to be doing 3, and the reason I'm picking 3 is this is just my announcement video. I'll be doing a Wattpad Wednesday video next week. This is just because some of the books I've chosen are between 60 and 80 parts long, and it'll take me a long time to get through them. And I also have other things I need to take care of, so that'll kind of give me time to read, write notes, and such. So I have my top 3 picks in here that I'm going to choose, and we're going to see how that goes. So I'm going to just stick my hand in here, and this is my first one for next week, second for the following week, and my third. Now, I actually do have a lot more books on my list to read. These are some ones, and these are some other ones, so within the next 3 weeks after this, I'll make another announcement video, and I'll be choosing these. In the meantime, if anyone has any recommendations of their own from their own books, or an author they like, or someone they're friends with who also writes on Wattpad, please leave a comment below or DM me on Instagram, or even leave a comment on one of my posts saying I think so and so would be a good writer to check out, or they have good books, you should look into them. I do have Wattpad recommendation requirements on my page. I would prefer not to do romance novels. I know that seems to be a lot of what's on Wattpad right now, but it's not my favorite genre, and after a certain point things get kind of cliche, and I'm not a huge fan of bully to lovers romance. I don't really see the point, or abusive relationships that involve Stockholm Syndrome. So if you have any books like that in mind, or you want to recommend them to me, don't. Thank you. And now, let us look at the books I've chosen. So the first one that I'm going to read this week is for the first Wattpad Wednesday is The Secrets We Hold by Arathian Angel Eyes. She actually has 2 accounts. She has her personal one that also she posts about her writing and her artwork, Arathian Angel Eyes, or Project Arathia. Both are on Instagram. I'll include the links below. So that's the first choice. Good friend, excellent writer. You can also check out her books. She has a few that are already published, both on Amazon as well as lulu.com. I'll post the links below And my second choice is going to be A Dormant Howl, A Clan History by Lori Beth 5. If I remember, I'm sorry if I got your Wattpad user handle wrong. I will include it down below, the link to her page as well as her Instagram if you want to check her out. And the last one for the next 3 weeks is The Horsemen of High School by The Real Captain Stryker. You can check him out on Instagram as well as the company page, Multi-Strike Entertainment. Now, I do work both with Arathian Angel Eyes and Real Captain Stryker for our company, Multi-Strike Entertainment. You can check them out on Instagram as well as Wattpad. We do have a Wattpad page and account up. We have one book. It's not really a book, it's more of an e-pamphlet in regards to if you want book covers done. We are offering that service on there, and you can message us either on Instagram or on Wattpad. Either way, we're still kind of going through and working on the pamphlet, so it's incomplete right now, but we'll have more information available in the future if you want to check that out. Also, in the meantime, I would check out The Real Captain Stryker on Wattpad and his books. He mostly has some fan fiction. It's sci-fi as well as fantasy horror. That includes Horsemen of High School, which if you read it, I've read a little bit of it, so I'm actually going to reread it and get more into it, but he does the story kind of reminds me of something that you would find on Webtoon or you would read a manga. It's kind of that kind of a story where you read it and kind of go, well, I could see this, playing out in this way. As far as Project Arathia or Arathian Angel Eyes, as she goes by on Wattpad, she is a mix of fantasy. There's fantasy horror as well as fantasy horror. She has sci-fi, a homage to Marvel and comic books in one of her stories as well. And there's also she also has some poetry up there if you like poetry. And also, she does have one story. She only has one part up right now, but it does play to fantasy as well as the LGBTQ communities. So if you're into those things, I would definitely check her works out. Thank you anyway. I'm looking forward to reading these books and doing the book talks and review.